What's up, everybody? Well, I got another FIREBAT mini PC gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're trying out the SnowRunner game. Now, I don't know what to expect. It kind of, with this thing, all depends on how much VRAM it needs. So if it's light on VRAM, it should have no trouble. If it's really heavy on it, it's probably gonna suck. But hey, that's what we're here to test. So let's just, well, A, see if OBS works, and if it does, we'll go and get ourselves some screen recorded gameplay. If not, I guess we'll go all old school and do camera. But it's a DX11 game, so it shouldn't have any trouble. But hey, let's go see.
Alright, so here we go. We're going to do the same thing we do on the Allies. We'll start off at 1080p high, do 900p medium, and finish off with 720p low, and then move on to the camera recorded portion, where OBS is not killing the FPS in any way. And there's a couple of these where it feels like it actually does better than the Allies. Maybe it's just the fact that it's plugged in and doesn't have any like power limits really, other than heat, which I turned the fan up, so now that's not even really an issue. But anyway, do the game. Alright, well, the first one was pretty close to the Allies, but 1080p high I think still worked better on the Allies, slightly. This one dropped under 30, though that could just be because of OBS. But it did see one big drop down to 25 too. So it probably just didn't like that one very much. Probably too much VRAM, or not enough VRAM rather. But anyway, let's go see how NineHRP does. If I remember correctly, it seems to be right almost there with the allies. But you guys could obviously bring up the videos and look side by side and see if I'm full of shit or not. Now here we go, 720p, and this is where I feel like it actually kind of beat the Allies out. I think they were getting like mid-60s, every once in a while 70s. This one, while recording, gets like high 70s to 80s. And still has some drops into the 60s, but seems to be doing slightly better. Again, I don't know why, and I could be wrong too. Maybe the other one did better than I thought, and I just didn't realize. That always is a possibility. But anyway, let's get into the game.
Now let's get ourselves a little bit of some camera reported gameplay. I don't know, maybe I'm just really stoned, but I swear this thing is getting better performance than the Allies.
Not by much, but I don't remember the Allies being in the 70s very often. Alright, don't slide off the road this time. Alright, do not crash it into the barriers either. I did that once. There we go. We built a bridge again. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not gonna even bother. Last time I tried to take the truck up there, I got stuck immediately. This thing cannot go up there. It's like all dirt. Let's go and grab the proper vehicle for the job. I think I left my other vehicle somewhere near that. Let's see here. We can just do this. Okay, yep, it is right in front of the lumber mill, like I thought. Whoa! Oh, there we go again. It's definitely a little hard to control vehicles in this game. I think that's just the way it's supposed to be, though. They don't want to make it too easy for you. Either that, they expect you to be in like a full sim rig or something with a wheel and pedals and all that stuff. I mean, I have a steering wheel, but it's more akin to racing. I feel a little silly with my paddle shifters and all that stuff, driving around in a truck, but might be better than, you know, controller here. But I don't know. I'd have to give it a shot. And we haven't run out of fuel this time because I didn't like spend 20,000 hours trying to get a trailer I didn't need. Oh, I think I messed up. Yep, I did. Alright, now we gotta go up and through town then. Got ahead of myself. I could probably go down there, but I'll probably get stuck. Oh, was that not how you got there? Ah, yes it is. Alright, I was remembering right. You go around this corner and then I take a left down some dirt. Oh, don't hit the frickin', never mind. Well, hello, Misty. Welcome. Alright, I think we're on the right track now. Maybe. we'll at least go slower, that way we don't damage the engine this time. Shit. Almost crashed. I already beat the shit out of my other truck. Let's try to be nice to this one. Not on the map yet. Could have sworn it was up the road here. Up there it is. The last time I got my ass stuck like almost immediately upon turning into this driveway, so we're gonna have to think about this a little bit more strategical this time. Alright, now instead of going through, yeah, I'm just gonna pave my own trail. Oh. Oh, it's up the road a little more? Well, shit. I fucked up again. I don't think we can get over there now. At least not through conventional means. Nah, and I'll break my... Uh-oh. I accidentally drove into a pond. That's okay. Alright. Now we have to just Austin Powers this shit. Go around the pond. But yeah, that doesn't look like to be any way I can get around this fence without damaging the truck anyway, so whatever, let that be a lesson. Pay closer attention to your GPS. But why don't we wrap this video on up?
Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for SnowRunner on the FIREBAT Mini PC. It actually did a pretty damn good job. High, not so much. I mean, it was still playable most of the time, but as usual, it still dropped a little under 30 here and there, but I think it actually would be playable to a lot of people, even at high. Most of the time, we're in the low 20s to teens on high at 1080p in most games, so I'll take like 35 with a dropped 28 or whatever. And we were recording with OBS, so maybe it wouldn't even have dropped under 30. But it did have a couple drops actually, now that I'm remembering, down to like 50, not 50, but down to like 25 or whatever, just from a random stutter here and there. It probably just didn't have enough VRAM, would be my guess. But medium worked just fine. That was playable the whole time. And then low seemed like it actually was getting better performance than the Allies were. And maybe the Steam Decks, but I didn't have those completely unlocked FPS, so can't really comment on that. Should have. Although it's really weird that the one was stuck at 60. The OLED usually goes to 90, but it probably just, since I didn't leave the game, it was probably just taking the 60 from the capture card, would be my guess. Even though I have it set up to do 120, for some reason it still loves to go and drop stuff to, whatchamacallit, 60 a lot. It's weird, but it is what it is. Sometimes even capture computers can be a little wonky, but I'm still glad I have it for the handhelds and whatnot. I wished I had a way to fully utilize it for stuff like this, but I can't move this anywhere near there and hook that all. That would not work out very well for me. I need like one that just like a standalone, you plug it in between the TV and your whatever you're trying to capture, you hit record, and then it goes to an SD card or whatever, or a hard drive, SSD, what have you, and then boom, you're ready. You can plug that shit into your computer and edit it and do whatever. That's what I need to find. I think Elgato had one at one point, but I think it's been discontinued. Anyway, enough blabbery. It's time to end so I can move on to small form factor PC. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.